What's up guys, and welcome to my 2020 Zulrah's tips and tricks video. Before we get started, can I get y'all to hit that subscribe and notification bell so y'all can see when I'm making more videos. Let's get started. Okay, so in RuneLite, you're going to want to go to your configuration page, and you want to scroll all the way down to where it says plugins in the red circle. From there, you're going to click and scroll all the way down to the bottom. You should find the Zulrah plugin. Click and install that. Afterwards, you're going to go back to your normal configuration page and you're going to go all the way down. You're going to find it, open it up in the settings thing. You want to make sure you unclick this box here so it'll display when you're outside of it. I find this Zulrah helper is much better than the Zulrah guide on nightfirecat.github. It's just easier for me, that way I don't have to worry about it, and it's all in one screen for you. Plus, also in some waves, I think it's pattern 4, it's not accurate on Nightfirecat, but on this helper it's much accurate. So if you haven't already, you should go set up your F keys. That helps a lot. I like to have my combat in F1, inventory in F2 and 3, prayers in F4, and magic in F5. Okay, so before you actually fight him, you should go in there with absolutely nothing and try to mark these locations on the screen right now. This is where I find I spend the majority of my time whenever I'm on the island. These are good positions to be at to help you reduce the amount of damage you'll be taking from him at any given time. Okay, so whenever you spawn onto the island, you're going to spawn where the X is at. You're going to have a few seconds before Zulrah actually starts attacking you, so you're going to want to run to where you see the number 1 at on the screen. As you're passing the pillar where the circle is at, you're going to want to turn on your prayer Mystic Lore or above. I personally like Mystic Lore because it doesn't drain my prayer too fast, and it does give me a plus 10% damage when I'm fighting Zulrah. Okay, now you're at the number 1 spot. The cutscene should still be going on, and it should just be about to end. Whenever it ends, you're going to want to rotate your minimap to look like this. As you do that, we'll be able to start. Okay, so I'm not going to get too into how to actually do the waves of Zulrah itself. I'm just going to tell you like different tips I find that helped me do this when I was learning how to fight him. For one, like, I went in a couple of times just with nothing but food and a teleport out just to see how long I could last against him. Even though I wasn't fighting him, it was just so I could figure it out. Doing this really did help me, just because, you know, I got used to seeing him, I got used to how he acts, and I got used to snakelings. So it brought my stress level from, like, you know, 10, panicking, not able to really function, to, okay, I'm used to this, I'm calm, I can fight him. Okay, so he's going to start out with his range phase. All rotations, even whenever they reset, they will always go back to range. So what you're going to want to do is just pray your Mystic Lore still and wait for his range phase to end. Whenever his range phase ends, he'll go back into the water, and you're going to be waiting for him to pop out at one of 3 different locations. That'll be marked here, here, and here on the map. As you're waiting for him to spawn somewhere, you want to make sure you have your prayer page open so you can easily switch to your next prayer whenever he comes out. Okay, so I'm going to talk about these 2 sets of markers I have marked here on the ground. These are where you want to stand when he's doing melee phases. Now, whenever you start out, he'll go do his range and disappear. He'll come back in his melee phase, and this is the first area here. What you want to do is you'll start out at 1. Make sure you cast an attack at him. When he looks at you, run over to 2, cast another attack. Sometimes you're lucky you can get 2 attacks off, then run back to 1, cast another attack, and he'll go down and come back in his mage phase. Now for this set over here, this is where it's going to be pattern number 3. He's going to go from his range phase, go down, come back up to another range phase, and you're going to easily, once that phase is done, he's going to go back down, start running across the island to over there. You're going to want to stand at number 1, hit him until he's starting to focus at you getting ready to attack. Then you're going to want to go to position number 2, cast your magic at him until he's looking at you getting ready to attack again, and go to location number 3. when you're here at location number 3, you're set up in a great position for his next phase, which is going to be magic. So you can easily switch and get ready for that phase. Okay, so quickly I want to touch on trying to skip phases, in particular trying to skip his magic phase. These locations on the screen are where you want to stand if he is at these other locations. And if he's in his Jad phase, you want to be over on this side, or if he's on this side, you want to be over here instead. That's how you would go to skip the phases. Personally, I would recommend not doing this for the fact that you're going to take way more damage from the fog than you would take from him. Okay, so for a second I want to talk about his Jad phases. Something really important to remember that this really, I found was real useful, is that whenever he spawns in the east, it will always be mage. If he spawns in the west, it'll always be range. So what does that mean exactly? Well, if you have your map oriented how I have it on screen, when he spawns on the left hand side of the map, the east side, it's going to be mage. You don't have to really worry about it. Just make sure you're instantly protecting for mage. If he's on the right hand of the screen, the west side, it's range. I also find, like, I'm on the east side, so I'm going to defend against mage. But the second he actually launches his first attack at me, I'm instantly switching in range. And every time he launches another attack, you always pray the opposite of what he's attacking. That way you're making sure you're always covering it. It's vice versa. So, west side, same thing. Also, you'll notice right before he goes to his Jad phase, there's always a mage phase. Now, during this mage phase, towards the end of the mage phase, you'll notice he'll stop attacking you. He'll start launching clouds out of the locations. Him launching these clouds of fog is your signal to switch your weapons, switch your prayers, eat up to full health, and take either a sip of Ceridon brew or eat an anglerfish to overheal, so you have a little cushion to when you're being attacked. This was the hardest part of Zulrah whenever I first started him. It's not until after you really get comfortable with it to where you're okay with it. Say I was down past 50 hit points, I would always teleport out. Just because, I don't want to die, but you don't have to really worry about that, just die, it's not a big deal. But make sure you don't bring a lunar staff. You'll lose your lunar staff because it's a glitch for some reason. It hasn't been fixed yet. But either than that, just pay attention, make sure you're praying the correct thing, and then you want to attack him. Don't try to attack him and then switch. Pray, attack, switch your prayer, and you'll just keep going that way. And just ride out the rest of the wave. I love his Jad phases because that's the easiest thing for me. I can look off screen for a second. I could do something else, because that for me is the easiest part. So yeah, Zulrah can be difficult, but hopefully these tips I gave you did help you. Let me know if it helped, let me know if it didn't help, let me know what helped you more. Maybe if I can get 20 likes on this video, I'll actually do a full guide on Zulrah, just to see any better things. But anyway, y'all, thanks for watching. I hope this helps somebody. Give a like if it helped you, leave a comment if it helped you, and I'll see y'all next time. I'm going to end the video by me actually doing a full run in Zulrah, just so you can see what I do, and hopefully that helps. Thanks, y'all. See you next time. Okay, so before you even start, you want to make sure you have your weapon out. So I have my trident out, I am in my mage void, I'm going to eat my anglerfish, take a sip of my ranging potion, sip of my magic potion. We go in. I have my Zulrah page up already. Click the boat. I'm going to go into the boat. I hit my F3 key so I can go do my prayer page, and now Zulrah. So I start to attack him. Make sure I have that on. You see, this beginning stage, you're just trying to put out as much damage as you possibly can because he's not going to attack you. Now as he goes down, I'm going to wait to see what he is. He comes back as mage. So I'm not going to pray mage. I'm just going to run over here to position 2. Attack again, run back to position 1. And attack again. Now, I know I'm in the right location, so I'm going to change those. Bring out my mage thing. I'm going to take a sip of my anti-venom plus poison potion. And just start putting out damage on him. Now this is why you also bring in high healing food like crumb ones with sharks, just in case you got a combo eat. So now I've done that. I'm going to make sure I'm following my thing. So next is going to be mage on this side. So I'm just wait. Do this. Come out with my mage weapons. Up. Nope. I should have stuck to that. Eat. You're trying to click him so he'll do it. Next is going to be melee on this side. So where I'm at on this whole row here, I don't have to worry because the melee won't hit me here. Try to hit out a little combo thing. Yep, well that didn't work. Okay, so he can't hit me. I have the perfect opportunity to put out some damage here. At the same time, I'm going to make sure my protecting range and my Mystic Lore is on. And I'm going to eat up to heal. Now you see I should have been paying attention to this because he's now range over here. But thankfully I was praying the right thing anyway. So now he's going to be mage over back on this side. So I'm going to head back to this side. As I'm doing that, I'm changing my prayers, changing my weapons afterwards, and then I attack him. Keep up here. So he's going to be range over on this side. I'm going to eat some stuff because he won't hit me here. Now you see how I was saying that he would do that? He's firing off fog in other locations. That means that he's about to go for his jet phase. So I'm starting out protecting from missiles. I'm going to click him and I'm instantly protecting magic. Then missile, magic. Missile, magic. And just keep going back and forth like that to make sure he can't hit me. Now I also know that he's going to be mage at this point. I'm going to click over here because it's been enough time, and I just, after you do it for a while, you get this sense of like, okay, when you need to run to different locations. So I'm going to keep my Mystic Lore on. I'm over here at 1. Try to go to 2. Thankfully, as long as you move 2 tiles away, you don't have to worry. So how I wasn't really at 1, I didn't have to worry. But now he's going to reset the whole thing. So I'm going to come up here, press my reset button, and click on him again. See how I'm protected from missiles, and I have a missile roll on. But he's got like 24 HP left, so I just got to get a nice hit off of him, and there you go. Get him, he's dead. Not a bad haul, 60, 60, 30, so that's 120, 150k. It's not bad at all. So once you do that, turn off your prayers, teleport out. I would suggest also, I know a lot of people aren't going to have this, but if you get a rejuvenation pool, which I've really sat there and grinded this out, it helps tremendously. Alright y'all, but that's been my guide. Let me know what you think. If I can get 20 likes, I might do a full video on a guide for him on just how to do him properly and not just tips and tricks. But yeah, y'all, just let me know how you like it. Bye.